what do you see? And if you would please do a quick sketch of the image that I have up there. You don't need to label it image A, but just do a quick sketch of what you see. The title of your page is what do you see? And then you were doing a quick sketch of that image. What are some things that we're noticing about this picture of dots? What do you notice? Ashlyn, what's one thing you notice? Give me a Me Too signal if you see the 4 groups. Isn't that crazy that your brain just went ahead and grouped them? Your brain loves to group things. It's a big fan of patterns. Yeah, I see 4 groups. What else are you noticing about that image? Michael?
All the groups have an equal number.
Even?
I mean odd.
Okay, so each of our groups have an odd number. I think the word you're looking for is actually equal. They have the same number in each group. Yeah. How many are in each group? 7? 3. What equation matches that picture? What equation or equations match that picture? Go for it, Jackson.
3 times 4 and 4 times 3.
Okay, I have 4 groups of 3, which equals 12. I don't really have 3 groups of 4. Do you see 3 groups of 4? I mean, maybe I could make 3 groups of 4. Right, I might be able to make this one big group, and then this one group, and then this one group. 3 groups of 4. Can you think of another equation that I have? Remember, I'm writing, that means you were writing. Shelby? 12 put into 4 groups means I have 3 in each one. That definitely matches my picture. Michael? Yeah, 12 put into 3 groups means I have 4 in each group. I can think of one more equation. Can you? Can you think of one more? Gwen?
3 plus 3.
Yeah. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12. That is 4 3s because I have 4 3s.
Or you can't even do 4.
I could do 4 plus 4. How many 4s am I going to have though? 3. I'm going to have 3 4s. 3 groups of 4.
Because right now we're doing like 4 times. You know,
All right, draw a line under what you've done. You don't need a new title, but there's going to be a new picture. Ready?
Ooh.
Go ahead and draw that one. Go ahead and draw that one. Once you've got it drawn, if you want to start thinking about what equations could match, that is fine. I'm seeing some of you still stick with the same pattern. That's interesting. Do you have a question? This image card, what do I see? It's not a trick question. What do you see? Anything. What do you notice? What do you see? Will, what do you see?
4 groups of 6.
4 groups of 6, like this?
Yeah.
Is that what you're seeing? 4 groups of 6?
Do we do that?
You do not need to do that. I just want to make sure everyone sees what Will is seeing. Give me a Me Too if you saw that. Did anyone see something different? Do you see something different? I will tell you that is not what I initially... Oh, man. That is not what I initially saw. Because I didn't lock it. What else do you see? Ashlyn, what do you see? 8 groups of what? 8 groups of 3. Who else saw 8 groups of 3? Were you seeing these, Ashlyn? Yeah, that's what I saw. I saw 8 groups of 3. Turn around. What equations match this? What equations match? There's a couple different equations you could write. Devin? 8 groups of 3, which I know is equal to 24. Shelby, what else could I write? I could write 3 groups of 8. It would be kind of weird groups, but I could write 3 groups of 8. What about the way that Will saw it? How could I write an equation that matched what Will saw, Michael?
24 divided by 4 equals 6.
24 put into 4 groups means that there is 6 in each group. Jackson?
24 divided by 6.
24 put into 6 groups means that there's 4 in each one. Will saw 4 groups of 6. That means I could write 4 groups of 6 equals 24. Those big red circles we just did, those were 4 groups of 6. Harper?
You could also do 6.
I could do 6 groups of 4. That might not match what I see, but I can rearrange it. Bigger. That is a question for your family and your family's insurance. I don't know.
Wouldn't have it.
Alright, do we have any other equations that you can think of? Sean, you got one?
3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3.
How many 3s are you rattling off there?
8.
How many?
8.
8. 3 plus 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 3. Because remember, I have 8 groups of 3. That will definitely work. That will definitely work. If you can think of another one, write it down. We've got one more of these to do. Gwen, what did you see when you were looking at this? Mm-mm. No. Okay, so Gwen saw groups of 3. Give me 2 signal if you saw groups of 3. And Gwen counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 groups of 3. What's another way that you saw that? That is not the way that I saw those dots. I mean, I see the groups of 3, but that's not how I did it. Jackson, how did you see those dots?
I knew that it was 12 times 4.
12 times 4. Where did you get your 12? Oh, here? This way?
No, I went down.
Oh, I see it. Took me a second to see it. This way. Wow, super cool. I didn't see that at all. 4 groups. And how many was in each group, Jackson? 12. Wow, that was cool. I didn't even see that one. Definitely not the way I did it. Victor, how did you see those dots?
I was just saying 10 times 6, 16, 3. 46? 48.
Okay. What's another grouping? Devin, how'd you see those dots?
Me, I just went in the rows and just counted how much money there was. And there was, so there's 6. There's 4 rows. 3 and 2. So
I can't hear Devin because people are saying stuff. Say that again, Devin.
So there's 4 rows on each, and there's three dots, and I'm kind of looking for like 3 times 4.
Okay, but it's going to be more than 3 times 4. Are you saying your rows like this?
Yeah.
So you have to count the whole thing.
I did it. I got this, like the first one I got this.
Okay, that'll work. It's just going to be 4 times 12. I think what you were thinking is 4 times, and then you had 4 groups of 3. But 4 groups of 3 is 12.
That was the final one.
Michael, how'd you see it?
I kind of did it. I basically did it how Jackson did.
Mm-hmm.
I did it like up and down, and I did 48 divided by 4 equals 12.
You just looked at that and knew 48 like that?
Yeah, because I looked at our other ones, and I knew that the first one had it had 12 in it,
Mm-hmm.
and then the second one it doubled, so it was 48. And then it
Oh, so you used a double. You saw 2 groups. Did you see these 2 groups
no, I did like
that doubled from here? Same thing again? So we saw 2 groups of, what is that?
I did 24.
24? Yeah. Or you could think of it as 24 plus 24. That'll work. Whoa, that was a weird 4. Well,
I saw it like Nichols.
nice. Love that. Alright, we're going to be working on a math task today. Task. So we have some problems that we're trying to solve. The first couple of questions that I'm going to ask around are just getting you thinking about what is actually happening in the story. So you can put your notebook away. You're not going to need your math notebook for this section. We can wait and have some patience for that. So our task is working with this problem. This problem says that there are some cookies in each bag. There are some bags of cookies. And there are more cookies than gumdrops. How many gumdrops are there? What are some things that you are wondering based on this problem? Or what's something that you need to know in order to solve this problem? Because you can't solve it right now. We're missing too much information. Asha, what do we need to know? How many bags of cookies, right? Are we talking about 100 bags of cookies, or are we talking about 1? That is very different amounts of cookies. Shelby, what else are you wondering? Yeah, I mean, well, that's our question, but how many gumdrops are there? Michael? How many cookies are in each bag? Not only do we need to know the number of bags, but are there 100 cookies in each bag? Are there 2 cookies in each bag? Because that's going to be a very different amount. Gemma, what are you wondering?
Yeah.
Okay. Sean, what are you wondering? What kind of cookies are there? Because I can tell you if they're oatmeal raisin, I don't care. But if they are Thin Mints, then I'm very invested in this problem. I want to know about these cookies. Will, what are you wondering? Are the cookies any good? Finley, what are you wondering? Can you say that again? How many more cookies than gumdrops? Because if I have a bunch of cookies, that might affect the number of gumdrops. All right, I'm going to give you a piece of information. Our new problem now says that there are 30 cookies in each bag. Whoa, that must be a pretty big bag of cookies. That's not a snack pack. That is like a gallon-sized bag. There are 30 cookies in each bag. There are some bags of cookies. There are more cookies than gumdrops. How many gumdrops are there? What do we need to know? No, thank you. What do I need to know? I need to know some things before I can answer this problem. What is something I need to know? Lincoln, what do I need to know?
How much bags there is now?
I need to know how many bags still. Because one bag of 30 cookies is very different than 5 bags of 30 cookies. What else do I need to know? Kenley, what else do I need to know? I still need to know how many gumdrops there are. Michael, what else do I need to know?
How many more cookies?
All right, I'm going to give you another piece of information. There are 30 cookies in each bag. There are some bags of cookies. There are 77 more cookies than gumdrops.
But there's 30. Oh, it's each bag.
Oh, so Bladen just did what I think some of you have done. You saw 77, you saw 30, and you either added them or subtracted them. So Bladen said something very important. He said, in each bag. Bladen, why is in each bag? Why is that phrase important to understanding this 30 cookies?
Because say that in each bag just wasn't there. So then have to be a negative amount of gumdrops.
Yeah.
But you can't have a negative amount.
So what Bladen is saying is if it just said 30 cookies, then it would be there's 77 more cookies than gumdrops. That must mean we have negative gumdrops.
There are 30 cookies. There at least has to be 30 bags.
How many bags do you think there has to be? Bladen's making a good point. He said we know we have to have more than 77 cookies. So one bag, Lincoln,
30.
one bag of 30 cookies is still only equal to 30 cookies. What is 2 bags equal to? Raise your hand, don't yell it out at me. 2 bags of 30 cookies. What is that going to be worth? Kelly? 60. Would 60 cookies make sense?
No.
60 cookies won't make sense because I know I need at least 77.
90. Next is 9.
So let's try 3 groups of cookies. Let's stop yelling at me. Sean, what is 3 groups of 30 cookies worth?
90. 90. What's 90?
It's worth what?
90.
90. Could that work?
That means
Could 90 work?
yes.
Yes, because if I have 90 cookies and 77 are, there's 77 more cookies than gumdrops.
But there could be more.
What about 4 groups? What is that equal to? 4 groups equal to.
Oh, no.
Devin, did you figure it out?
100.
120. Could that work?
Yeah. But that probably could be a little bit too much fun.
What if I had 10? What do you think that's going to be?
Oh.
That's going to be a tricky one. Take a minute and figure out. If I had 10 bags of 30, what would that be?
Wait. Oh, yeah, I know that.
All right, so let's turn our voices off so people can think. If I had 10 bags of 30. 10 groups of 30. That's what we're trying to figure out. What it equals.
That would be 1 common.
So I might look at this problem and say 10 times 3 tens. What is 10 times 3? 30 tens. What is 30 tens equal to?
30.
300. Whoa. That's a lot of cookies. John, you're facing the wrong direction.
Can I say how it's to lunch?
There are 30 cookies in each bag. There are 5 bags of cookies. There are 77 more cookies than gumdrops. How many gumdrops are there? I am not asking you to solve this, but tell me, what do I need to figure out first? I don't want you to solve it. I don't need any math. I need you to figure out, what do I do first? Harper, what am I going to figure out first?
We're gonna try to figure out the solution of
Which is what? What is 5 times 30? What does that tell me? What's the thing I'm counting? Yeah, I need to know the number of cookies first. After I know the number of cookies, then what do I do? If I know the number of cookies, how do I figure out the number of gumdrops? Ashlyn, if I know the number of cookies, how could I use that to help me figure out the number of gumdrops? Yeah. Ashlyn says, I know that I have 77 more cookies, so I can figure out what's left over, and that's my gumdrops. On today's task, you're not actually solving it. You can if you want to. Most of you have kind of worked out at least the first chapter. But we have some students who are thinking through this problem and trying to figure out what these numbers mean. They've written some ideas, and you need to tell me, are their ideas correct or not correct?